Ambassador Zethkara's crystalline form shimmered with barely contained rage as she reviewed the intelligence report for the 100th time. The holographic display showed a galaxy divided, half bathed in the familiar blue of Council territories, the other half blazing with the aggressive red of human expansion. "Impossible," she whispered, her voice creating harmonic frequencies that made the other Council members wince. "It's been only 50 standard years since the Prohibition." High Counselor Vex Thran, his 6 arms gesturing in complex patterns of distress, addressed the assembly. The humans were supposed to remain contained within their single system. The quarantine barriers were absolute. Our projections showed it would take them millennia to develop proper FTL technology without our guidance. "Your projections failed to account for human stubbornness," growled General Kethos, his reptilian features twisted in what passed for admiration among his species. "They didn't develop proper FTL. They developed something else entirely." The hologram shifted, showing grainy surveillance footage from the Outer Rim territories. Human ships moved through space in ways that defied conventional physics, not the elegant curves of hyperspace travel or the precise calculations of wormhole manipulation, but something far more crude and infinitely more effective. They seemed to simply step between stars. "Quantum tunneling," explained Dr. Yolandra, the Council's chief scientist. "They call it skip drive. Instead of finding the elegant pathways through folded space that we showed every other species, they brute force their way through reality itself. They tear holes in space-time and jump through before the universe realizes what happened." Ambassador Zethkara felt her bioluminescent patterns flicker with unease. "That's barbaric. The energy requirements alone should have made it impossible. They built their entire civilization around it," Dr. Yolandra continued. "When we banned them from the stars, we thought we were protecting the galaxy from their chaotic nature. Instead, we gave them a challenge. They didn't just find another way, they found a better way." The testimony of refugees painted a picture that challenged everything the Council believed about proper galactic governance. The humans didn't conquer worlds, they liberated them. Their first target had been the Krell hegemony, a brutal slave empire that the Council had officially condemned but never acted against. "The humans arrived in 12 ships," testified Senator Gixnall, her antenna twitching with remembered fear. 12 ships against our entire home fleet. We prepared for slaughter. Instead, they broadcast on all frequencies. "We're here to free your slaves. Get out of our way or join them in chains." The Krell had chosen to fight. It lasted exactly 47 minutes. What happened next defied all protocols of galactic conquest. The humans didn't establish puppet governments or demand tribute. They helped the freed slaves establish their own governments, provided technological assistance, and then left. They left defensive platforms and a promise. "If anyone tries to enslave you again, call us." The pattern repeated across dozens of systems. The Void Syndicate's criminal empire dismantled. The Hive Queen's forced labor camps liberated. The corporate consortium's debt slave operations shut down permanently. "They're not building an empire," realized High Counselor Vex Thran, his primary brain struggling to process the implications. "They're building an alliance." "Something we never offered," Kethos admitted grudgingly. "We gave species membership in our council, but always as junior partners. The humans offer partnership as equals." The most disturbing reports came from the border worlds. Human traders arrived offering not just goods but knowledge freely shared. Human doctors treated plagues that council medicine had deemed unfortunate but manageable. Human engineers helped failing colonies repair their infrastructure without demanding payment. "They're making us look like tyrants," Ambassador Zethkara said bitterly. "Perhaps," suggested a new voice, "because we are." The chamber fell silent as Counselor Meredith, the oldest member of the assembly, spoke for the first time in decades. Her ancient form had witnessed the Council's rise from a peaceful alliance to the galaxy's dominant power. "We banned the humans because they asked uncomfortable questions. Why do we allow slavery in some systems but not others? Why do we permit starvation when we have abundance? Why do we watch suffering and call it non-interference? We called their protests chaos. Perhaps it was conscience. The intelligence reports continued. Human colonies thrived not through exploitation, but through innovation. They shared their quantum tunneling technology freely with allied species, something the Council had never done with hyperspace navigation. Their territories showed unprecedented cooperation between species that had warred for millennia. What do they want? Vex Thrawn asked desperately. Kethos laughed, a harsh sound that echoed through the chamber. I fought them on 17 worlds. Do you know what their surrender demands were? Stop oppressing people and we'll go home. That's it. No territory, no tribute, no hostages. Just stop being tyrants. The final report in Zeth Kara's file showed the most troubling development yet. 3 council member species had formally requested to join the human alliance. Not defection, migration. Entire populations were packing up and moving to human space, seeking the freedoms their own governments couldn't provide. The irony is exquisite, Meredith observed. We banned them from the stars to preserve order. Now half the galaxy prefers their chaos to our peace. High Counselor Vex Thren's arms moved in patterns of defeat. What do you recommend? End the prohibition, Meredith said simply. Open negotiations. Learn from them instead of fearing them. And if they refuse, if they demand our surrender? Meredith's ancient eyes held wisdom born from millennia of experience. Based on their history, they'll probably invite us to lunch and ask if we need help fixing our government. As the Council argued through the night, quantum tunnels opened throughout their territory. Not invasion fleets, but medical ships responding to a plague outbreak the Council had been studying for months. Human doctors worked alongside local medics, asking no permission and accepting no payment beyond the gratitude of the healed. The humans had been banned from the stars to protect the galaxy. Now the galaxy was learning what protection actually looked like.